Hello, this is Ian Wolfe from Diffusion Science Radio. This interview was recorded at the Sydney Mini Maker Fair at the Powerhouse Museum in 2014. My apologies for nodding my head while wearing a wearable camera.
So, would you mind introducing yourself, please?
So, I'm Finn, and I'm a maker in Sydney, and I build robots and dinosaurs.
And you've got a classic Singer sewing machine, and it's computer controlled.
That's right. So the basic idea was I saw somebody else online had hooked up an electric sewing machine and built their own embroidery thing, and I thought that looked really cool. But he hadn't really documented how he did it.
Right.
And I've done some coding before, but not really any electronics. So it felt like it was a really interesting kind of a project for me to work on. So I talked to some of the other guys in the space, and they thought it was kind of doable. So I got a Raspberry Pi and some other bits and pieces, and connected it all together.
So the Raspberry Pi is just a little, very little palm-sized computer that you can...
It's a mini Linux computer. Yeah, it's a mini Linux computer. And you can program it in Python to set particular pins to come high or low, so you can basically control external things from it really easily. But you can also plug in a screen and a mouse and things, so you basically just plug it in, it boots up, and you get a basic GUI, and so you can get started really quickly and then write a little Python script to say, make this happen, make that happen, and then send those signals out to other things, and in this case the little motors that are driving the actual embroidery whip of the sewing machine.
Right. So you've got the circuitry here. So is it just the Raspberry Pi and the motors? You got an Arduino there as well?
No, there's no Arduino. So it's just the Raspberry Pi and some stepper drivers. So the Raspberry Pi itself, it can sort of spit out a signal, but it doesn't really have the power to drive the motors itself.
Right.
So you get little stepper motor drivers, and the Raspberry Pi is the brains of the whole thing, but the motors do the sort of the motor drivers tell each motor what to actually do.
Right.
Through the Pi. And other than that, there's just a voltage regulator, because we've got 12 volts to push the motors and 5 volts to push the Raspberry Pi. And that's pretty much all there is in the box.
And so were you inspired by the ones you saw online, or did this just come to you?
Well, connecting it up to the old machine kind of just came to me, because we wanted something that was a bit interactive for Maker Fair.
Yeah.
And also, it's really obvious there's no computer in this old machine. So all there is just a little switch glued under the wheel that tells it when the needle comes up and when it goes down.
Right.
And so that then tells the computer, okay, now is the time to move the hoop to its next place. And so it sort of steps along. So people can come and just turn the handle and crank it and see it move as they turn the handle. So it's a nice mix of old and new, and
And so, what software are you using to design what it should print? What it should sew?
So I wrote a script in Python that just takes in, so you can draw a line drawing in some other program, and then my script takes that and says, okay, let's put stitches all the way along the edge of the path.
So anything you can draw, you can sew?
Yes, exactly.
That's amazing. Is there anything you'd like to add? No, that's fine. Well, sorry, I've forgotten your name.
Finn.
Finn, thank you very much.
Thank you.